I'm gonna miss this view, man. I'm gonna miss that view. People enjoying the lake. I get to enjoy this view and the sunshine. Glorious, man. Thank you, Lord Jesus. This is absolutely stunning. Treat yourself. So close. One more day of skiing. Let's rip this day. Lord bless me, protect me, keep me safe. Let's have a few hits on some jumps. Let's have some good turns. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 85% uploaded 2 days later, 48 hours later. Looking good. It's almost up. I tested out my T-Mobile 5G and the upload speeds were pretty much similar, so no harm, no foul. If it was super important, yeah, go to a coffee shop with better internet or McDonald's, and they probably have better internet for upload speeds. Okay, so haven't heard back from Crown Plaza Geneva quite yet. Again, they did message me back on X, formerly known as Twitter. And again, if you do not have the verified check, I would invest in the verified check because you have access to Grok 3, which is their beta, and it's absolutely fantastic. I've been talking to you about that this whole entire trip, and it literally today saved me from going over to Verbas, the Swiss ski resort. I'm gonna miss this view, man. I'm gonna miss that view. And to be honest with you, I'm like totally not disappointed. You know, I mean, I would have definitely gone over there. Hour 15 drive. It's a pretty drive. But to be honest with you, having a lazy morning and grabbing a 4-hour ski pass at Les Houches is where I'm going to go today. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm going to head over there, probably start making my way over there pretty soon, either close it out. So what's good about this, if I explain this, so if you buy a 4-hour pass, mountains even give you like a 2 or 3 hour pass. So Les Houches, I believe, offers a 4-hour pass and a full day pass, and there's not too much difference between those. So if you're going to go for like 6 hours, definitely get the full day. I'm going to check online to see if I can add it to go on Mont Blanc naturalresort.com and see if I can add a day. Would be cheaper than actually buying it at the ticket window, which it might not be. I'm not exactly sure. Right now, it's cheap across the board because it is now March 30th. And so prices, I think, drop the 28th of March. Because we're on like the tail end of the ski season. I think all the resorts will probably close down within 2 weeks for sure. Except for maybe the ones over in the shade like Grand Martès. Maybe they'll still stay open for like 3 weeks, but it's gonna get shut down pretty soon here. All this next week as I'm leaving is all gonna be like mid-50s, sunny for the whole entire time. So it's just not gonna be cold enough. I left my window ajar last night, and with just a comforter, it was beautiful. I slept like a baby. It was awesome. Oh, also, France just had their time change. So at 2 in the morning, it jumped to 3 in the morning. My watch said 7:45, and I was like, I thought I woke up at 8:20. What's going on? My cell phone says 8:20. Ask Grok, and guess what? They had their time change last night, which is good to know because I had no idea. And if you were checking out today and you had to like be out at a certain time, that could have messed you up for an hour. If you set your alarm, it would have woken you up at the proper time. But I've been waking up natural with the birds, man. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to buy a 4-hour pass, and it's different than in America, where America, you buy a half-day pass and it starts at a certain time. It doesn't matter. If you buy a 2-hour pass, 3-hour pass, if the resort lets you. I know Les Houches is a 4-hour pass. I'm going to check on, see if you can get it lower than that. Anyway, right as you scan your pass for the first time in the day, that's when your 4 hours start. And then it won't work anymore after that 4-hour period. So I believe the lifts close down at 4:15 in Les Houches, and then you can ride the green all the way down to the bottom. So I'm definitely going to get over there by noon and scan my pass by 12:15 so that I could take the last chair up. And it's so close. It's literally 10 minutes drive that direction. And it just, again, for some reason, Les Houches really stands out. It was the first resort I went to, first place I stayed at when I got into the valley. I mean, it's absolutely incredible day. Brevant would be banging right now as well with that view because it's so beautifully sunny today. But you know what though? I've got to enjoy it and was praying about it. And the Lord said, go over to Les Houches today. So we're gonna go over there. Beautiful, beautiful. Got my devotion, my new journal out there, reading the Bible this morning. I'm just gonna do a few things on the internet, check some emails, check some stats, and we will get on up there. This evening, maybe one more of those pizzas. I'm still gonna chill on sugar. I feel fantastic. Zinc and vitamin C works, especially if you're feeling run down. Hit it before and be consistent with it before you do go downhill. Also to boost the immune system before my up and coming flight. So don't think I'm gonna get to the gym tonight. I'm not gonna rule it out. But remember, Sundays, the town shuts down early. Grocery stores close at 12:30 p.m. So if you need to get to the store, get to the store. I don't think downtown, like the bread places, ice cream places, I don't think they close down early, but I'm not really sure about that. The pizza joint, I'm not really sure. I do have dinner, as in like veggies. I was gonna eat that anyway with the pizza, because the pizza it's once you eat it, like especially after a day of snowboarding, you're not like gushy full, there's still more in there. So I could cook up some veggies, and I just have like one portion left of zucchini and some broccoli and stuff, some frozen stuff that obviously I'm not gonna take to Geneva because I don't think the Crown Plaza has a kitchenette. If I get the one bedroom, I think it might. The one bedroom suite upgrade, God willing. Been praying about that one. But anyway, I'm stoked on some of their rules they have here at the mountains. One con would be the Mont Blanc Unlimited Pass, where if you buy 8 days, you have to use them 8 days in a row. But it gives you motivation to get your booty out there and get going so you don't lose it. But a pro would be half day, 4 hours, and it's whenever you start. So that's one thing you can consider if you don't want to get the Mont Blanc Unlimited Pass, or if you just want to try it out for a few days. Go up to Ajou du Midi, do a half day of skiing, ice caves, get your money's worth, and then just start buying half days. Just bang out 4 hours instead of 6 hours, call it a day. Have yourself a little stew. Okay, and also just did some research. I thought that my flight back home, because it's going on London Heathrow, I thought it was an American Airlines, but I thought it was partnered with British Airways. Even though it's an American Airlines, they're partners, but there's a little bit of like stickiness to it. So anywho, I'm flying American Airlines first class back, so I'm definitely intrigued about what the service is like on their 777-300ER. We were business on the way here, absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking to see what difference is from business to first class, etc. on the way back. Now, I was gonna make a complete video of the Concorde room. It's like the ultimate flex at the London Heathrow Airport. It's British Airways Premier Lounge, and you have to have some like either high status tier on their airline, or you have to be flying first class on British Airways. Because I thought it was a partner with British Airways for an American Airlines flight, I thought I was gonna have access to that. I'm still gonna try, but I'm probably not unless, someone like, gives me the nod or like, slip on in. But it's like the ultimate flex, and I wanted to film that for YouTube to see what it's really like. On a side note though, the one I got denied going to, even with a first class ticket, now that I'm thinking about it. So I was in London Heathrow going to Geneva. I got denied for the galleries first. So the galleries first there is a premier lounge for top tier members or first class ticket holders. But for some reason I got denied. So maybe it was a business class, but it was still first class from Heathrow to Geneva. So I'm wondering what happened with that one. Anyway, they scanned my ticket. It's not like it was like a operator's error. It was just got denied. So anywho, default will be the gallery's first lounge. I'll definitely have access to that. And that is going to be a premier lounge and a lot less crowded than the gallery's lounge. Was that the north end? The one I went to that it's not the galleries first. The galleries first is right next to the Concorde room. When you exit the escalator, you can go left to the galleries first lounge or right to the Concorde room. I'm gonna go right, try to get in the Concorde room. If I can't, then I just turn around like a dog between my tails and then walk to the galleries first lounge, get in there. I'm also gonna see if I have time, which there's only 2 hours with this layover, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time to go to the satellite terminal for British Airways and American Airlines, I think you have to take like a tram or a bus maybe, because there's like Terminal 5 and then there's like a satellite one where there's another lounge there. Another gal on YouTube reviewed that one. She said it was way mellower. She got in with a business class ticket. She said it was much nicer, and she said she should have gone there instead of the same lounge that I went to, the Galleries Lounge North. I think it's North because I think Concord and Galleries First is South. It's literally like less than a 5-minute walk, branch to branch. I'm also going to research if there's another lounge. I don't think so, right in Terminal 5. I don't have much time, so I'm not going to try to like wander around to a different terminal at Heathrow because it is kind of a pain in the butt. Getting from like 3 to 5, I mean, just getting from 3 to 5, I literally had to take an underground tube to get to 5 when I did my long layover in the city. So I'm just going to stay put. I'm going to get in, and a couple hours goes by so fast when you are in a lounge, especially if you need to film stuff. And Galleries First is really nice from what I understand. So first choice, Concord room. A little iffy about that one. Grok says I definitely can't, even though I am first class on American Airlines. It's British Airways and it's tied to them. So Galleries First it is. My second choice, we shall see. Okay, and this is why you always want to do a little bit more research as well regarding lounges. So I specifically chose, on the way back, I could have chose a couple different routes. I could have gone Heathrow to Raleigh, North Carolina, or Charlotte, and then jumped over to Dallas-Fort Worth to Colorado Springs. Unfortunately, I think there was no flights from Heathrow to Dallas-Fort Worth direct like I did taking it there. I chose the JFK route because I wanted to go to the Chelsea room. Now, my ticket is good for the Chelsea room, but typically lounges are for departing, not arriving. It's kind of up in the air a little bit, but typically I would definitely have access if I was departing, but typically sometimes these lounges upon arriving, they don't do it upon arrival. I definitely have lounge access. I believe it's called the Greenwich Lounge. There's 3 different lounges in JFK, like right around that general area. The Chelsea room is the premium one, which I really wanted access to. That's why I chose that route. If not, if I would have known that, if I would have had definitely not access, what I probably would have done, to be honest with you, is I chose my specific seat for flying out, I think, of New York, because I want to film out the window. But if I would have known I was not going to get, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not, but if they deny me access at the Chelsea room, which is the ultimate flex of lounges at JFK, if I knew that, I would have took the hour longer flight down to North Carolina just to enjoy more of the first class experience, an hour more. Regardless, I'm still going to film a lounge. I just really wanted to film the Concord room, and I really wanted to film the Chelsea room. So we're going to pray that they give me favor at the Chelsea room, definitely. Again, I qualify, but sometimes it's a little iffy for coming in. Outbound, definitely, you're good to go. So I do have a default lounge if I don't have access to the Chelsea room, and the default is going to be the business class, first class ticket holders. You'll have access to the Greenwich Lounge, which there's like 3 different tiers, and that one is actually on the lower end. The middle one, I forgot what it's called, but you have to have like certain status. And then the Chelsea room is like the premier cream of the crop, where it has like full-blown menu. You order like a restaurant, everything is free. Regardless, it's awesome. I'll have the flagship lounge when I get into Dallas-Fort Worth, or I potentially still might go to Good Surf and go rip a session for like an hour on their stand-up wave. We'll see how tired I am. Regardless, it's going to be an absolutely incredible experience flying back home, and something I was actually thinking about even on the way there. Even with it being an overnight flight and I did want to sleep a little bit, it was such a fast flight. And once you do experience that, like even watching the gal's video of Air France first class from Paris to Miami, it's interesting, like especially if you're filming and you're experiencing all these things, like these long haul 9, 8, 9, whatever, hour flights, they're not that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember back in the day when they had like more direct connections, like it would be like LAX all the way to Munich, LAX all the way to Amsterdam. My buddy and I flew direct, and it was like, what, 12 plus hours. And I was like, good night, this is ridiculously long. But if you have like a comfortable seat and you're brought food and you can sleep and you can film it, time goes by like that. Anyway, we got to start getting ready. We need to push over to Les Houches today. All right, it's getting pretty cheap if you don't need the Mont Blanc Unlimited. So just Les Houches and Saint-Gervais for today is only 45-60 euros for the entire day. So that might be the same price as a 4-hour pass. So I'm just gonna go there, and if it's cheaper here, I'm gonna buy it online, get the QR code, show them, they'll reload it on my pass card, we'll be good to go. I'll save maybe 5 euros, taking 5 minutes of time inputting my credit card info for Mont Blanc Natural Resort for the one day. If I get there and it's the same price for 4 hours, might as well just go for 4 hours, same time frame, and then obviously it drops significantly next week, only 32.10 euros for one day on the mountain. Obviously it's coming to an end, and I believe the website said that Mont Blanc will be closed April 6th. So Saturday, I believe, is the last day, April 5th, for skiing. Yeah, there's nothing here. Actually, there is the 6th, and then sales are closed. So the mountain closes, Les Houches closes April 6th. This is the last day, and you can get it for $32.60, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm literally running this season down to the final week. Well, not really, because today is the last day. So let's get going before time is wasted. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this car is absolutely fantastic on gas. I'm not used to these like hybrids, fancy dancy. We literally filled up in Italy. We went through the tunnel. We went all the way into Switzerland, over 2 hours each direction, climbing up mountains, going down mountains, and we only used a quarter tank from Italy. That is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely incredible gas mileage. Alrighty, it is a glorious day, and I'm not sure if this is just like the French culture. It's really mellow today, Sunday. Did I go snowboarding? Yeah, I went snowboarding at, what was it, Brevant on Sunday? Yeah, I think it was last Sunday. Super mellow, a few walkers, few joggers, and an absolutely incredible day. So now I'm actually going down the street this way, and it's an incredible day today. Got some walkers. So again, I pulled out and I went to the right if I was pulling out, and the lake is down here in that cute little hotel. But Sundays, yeah, I'm not sure, what people do, if they just kind of, just chill, the locals. So we are heading into Les Houches once again. I mean, there's some walkers up and down the street, which is really, they're hoofing a little bit. So the cleaner guy is back at my place, and I think everyone's checked out. I think I'm the only one in the compound. I don't know if any of the properties, it's kind of an off time, to be honest with you, where it's like the end of the season before summer. So, I mean, was this the final hoorah? Again, here's the beautiful lake right here. Looks like people are kind of gathered over here today, though. That's people enjoying the lake. It is a beautiful Sunday. People are parked over here. A couple van lifers over here. Quite a few, actually. You got the bus in front of me. You got 2 van lifes down over here. You got this guy, kind of a day lifer, I'm gonna call it. But no, 3 van lifers down over here. Park where I did my tricep dips. Lake is looking absolutely stunning this morning. If you're wondering if you're going to be heading back into Les Houches, it's literally the same time frame, because you don't have to go into town, work your way over to the highway. It's literally 11 minutes driving, taking the main highway or taking the really nice back street by the lake right here. If it's the same time, I'll skip the highway every single time for sure. Not to mention it's prettier. I get to enjoy this view and this sunshine. So I decided not to go paragliding. It was just one of those things where I was like, the stoke factor wasn't completely there. And I was like, you know what, Lord, should I? Lord said skip it. Again, it wasn't just, it was one of those things where I was like, it'd be super cool if I did it, but we'll skip paragliding this trip. I'm gonna miss these little streets, and this bus is actually heading all the way into Les Houches. So I'm gonna go a little slower because I'm gonna be tagging behind him. But if he hits a bus stop, I'll go around him. It is an absolutely glorious day. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Great weather this week also to fly out, which is absolutely fantastic. And praise the Lord, if you heard about that, I literally flew in like a couple days before that Heathrow disaster, where like the power outage or something like that shut down Heathrow, and there was like diverted flights. People that were over the Atlantic literally turned, okay, here goes the bus. People that were over the Atlantic literally turned around mid-flight over the Atlantic and flew back to the States. The American dude from Chicago was telling me. I was like, that would be terrible. So praise the Lord, they, you know, back up and running. Things are looking good, feeling good. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I definitely could stay another week since the weather is so nicely. And if I did stay another week, I would definitely get my hands on a mountain bike and a road bike and probably do that. Probably ski a few more days locally in the valley if I stayed another week. Look at this place. Not sure about like right next to this place, but nice nonetheless. People at the bus stop. Yeah, a lot of road bikers, man. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Alrighty, so again, I'm taking the, right now I'm paralleling the highway. And here we go. Les Houches, Mont Blanc. Right there. I do see a gas station over there. And I said it in another video, but there is a rock climbing gym literally in town in Les Houches. So, yeah, here we go. I think it's either you or them, I'm not sure. Kind of whoever wants to pull over, I guess. These narrow crossings. Ah, the trees are starting to bud. The trees are starting to bud. There's Les Houches. Just all bare with one white line down there. That's kind of funny, man. All right, let's see what gas is over here by the market. Here's the Super U. Pulling up to it right now. 182, 175. 175 for my gas. I think I filled up for 172 in Italy, so it's all comparable. I think this gas, E5, there's the BO market. It's closed today. Huh, should be open. I don't know why it's closed. Yeah, a lot of road bikers, man. People having a good old time. So I found out where free parking is. Let's see here. Hold on, let me make sure I go the right direction here. Okay, yeah, we're going a roundabout. Is it down or up? Shoot. I don't know. One or the other. I think I might be up. Kind of forgot which way it was. Yeah, I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, a lot of bikers today, man. This is nice. This is nice. So I'm not going to park in the cable car, the Bellevue cable car lot. I'm going to go over to the Paranan lift, and they do sell tickets over there as well. And there's a gravel lot. There's also a paid lot there as well. Plus, I think there's like street parking. There's the church. Genevieve, nope, don't want to go to Genevieve right now. Lake Geneva. Where are you going, pup? Oh, the baby. Oh, he has a hurt leg. Pizzas and the church. Ah, glorious, man. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And then right here, we're in the kind of the heart of the tourism office. Sneak by this guy real quick. And then there's that street with those really nice homes up there. This place is pretty dead today. Not sure if everyone else is in Chamonix or not, but there's a tractor. There's your tractor. And then again, a little market, little biker, having a good old time. This guy has his luggage. Seven Summits Chalet is actually booked over the next few nights, but I checked out the other properties, and I think it's just kind of a in-between time. Oh man, they had some little sled thingamabobbers, kind of BMX type of a thing. Anywho, we've seen this before, but it's just so pretty, I'm just filming it again. And if you haven't seen those vlogs, please go watch those vlogs as we're coming up kind of the main portion now. Mana Homes does have, here's Inner Sports, here's where I first parked, that's a free lot, the Bellevue cable car. Actually, it looks like quite a few people parked over there. So hopefully we can get into the free lot over here. If not, I'll just pay, you know, like 5 or 6 euros and just park in their paid parking lot, but hopefully we can get something. So you go through the tunnel, and Mana Homes, again, does have other properties over here. They have some smaller units, a couple 2 bedrooms, a couple big ones, 7 Summit Chalet, obviously. And if you're looking for a better deal on that, then come later, like, you know, the last portion of the ski season, and I think it got knocked down quite significantly for mid-April, but of course, you know, the mountains are going to be closed. That's probably why. And we're coming up to it very soon, the turnoff for 7 Summits. There's the old farmhouse. So that's the street right here for 7 Summits. She's calling it quits already today. Hopefully we can get a nice little spot. There's where it picks up. Yeah, there's the ticket window right next to the key location pickup for your passes. There's the ticket window right there. Little food trucks. Let's cruise over here. This is the lot that should be free, 150 meters, so you can't park anywhere over here. handicap over there. There looks like there's a spot right there. Hopefully I can squeeze in there. Let's check it out. Zone interdit public. Pretty sure that means you can park here. So let's see, is that a spot behind me? Oh, okay, I think there's a spot behind me. And here comes this Mercedes-Benz thing. So maybe that family with a really fancy, no, hold on. I better go snag that. They are not, let me see here. I'm gonna have to maybe dispose mid-it. I don't know what that means. So I think I just swooped the last spot, which is absolutely fantastic, but it's a little tight next to this wood thing. Let me straighten back up a little bit. Heck yeah, I think we are good right here next to the lift. I'm gonna go ahead and check some signs real quick, but we should be good to go. I don't see any tickets. You obviously can't park there because it's handicap, but dispose mid-it. I'm pretty sure this lot right here is free for even long-term hikers, I think it said. So let me look that up real quick. All right, dispose mid-it means, unfortunately, that it's supposed to be like short-term. I don't know how much they enforce that, but I'm gonna try to find a different location that doesn't say that, just in case they do enforce that. I definitely don't want to have my rental car towed. So yeah, they're just dropping off right there, and that's a bummer, but that's why you always double check. And let's inch our way out of here. There is some parking back over by these like tennis courts. And again, I'm not trying to like waste a bunch of time. All right, that's one way to do it. All right, so up here, this is where you're probably gonna find it. There are some people leaving. It is a Sunday though, but this is your gravel lot right here. So this guy might be leaving, so I'll snag him if he's done. All righty, so I think that's gonna be the ticket. Nothing else over here, and there's no exit, so you do have to be a little careful. This cat is leaving. He does have his ski boots on. Is there another portion of the lot up there? Let me see. I'm gonna come back down. There's like one more extra little portion of the lot. Let me see if that's taken here. Alrighty, actually busier than I thought. So again, there's paid parking if you don't want to deal with this. This walk is pretty much nothing though. There is trash. Is that lockers? Maybe not. So this is the other portion of the lot. Yeah, there should be plenty of parking up here. Yeah, there's a few spots over here. Definitely busier than I thought. Okay, and then it goes up actually more up to another portion up there. So there's plenty of parking. Actually, I have to do that because this little lot is done. So you come up here, and I'm pretty sure you can park like right here, or you can just park right up here. But we'll just shove it. I guess we'll just come up here, I guess, maybe to another tier. And the lift is literally a 3-minute walk down this hill. Super simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, no better time to review this car after using it for many days, like 12 days now. Have it for one more day and then return it to the rental car agency, Euro Car, I believe you pronounce it. So again, don't stress out about trying to find parking like even in this one. It's literally gonna take you 60 seconds to walk down that little hill. Plenty of parking up there. Don't park in short term. That one skier bailed, but it was kind of on the edge. I mean, it probably would have been fine, but actually I think someone just snagged that spot anyway. Someone actually did snag that spot. So, I mean, it's kind of on the edge. I think you're okay, but I feel a little bit more confident up where I am. But if you need to drop off your family, literally, I'm right here. It literally takes 2 minutes walking down the hill. So just park right there. That's gonna be a cool little complex right there under construction. I think there is a bathroom down by the lockers. I'm gonna have to hit that up before I do go. Man, these old wagons are sick. They're like, oh, I definitely would get one of those. So I think a lot of these people are just parking in short term to park in short term. Okay, there's your Swiss vignette, 2423 sticker right there. That's the Swiss vignette. So it's a big sticker, and that's what you put on your windshield for the Swiss highways. And a lot of these, yeah, see, they have 2025, 22, 23, 24 stickers. So those are the Swiss vignettes right there. So anywho, literally, I'm here right now. Either you can pay for parking, which is literally right there, which would take you 60 seconds longer to come down. But again, here is the gondola. You literally just go up the street right next to it. There's paid parking, but literally go up behind me. Bunch of parking up there, even for a Sunday. Alrighty. Prices have come down here, same prices as Mont Blanc Resort, naturalresort.com. I'm gonna go 4 hours for 80 euro, or one whole day. So if I got here like an hour earlier, it's only 480 euro more. So I'm gonna do 40 80 for this mountain for 4 hours. Absolutely fantastic. But the 1 day Mont Blanc, because you could do like other activities as well. So I'm gonna do the 4 hour. Reduced, did that say reduced? Or, oh no, that's the teenager prices, I think. Alrighty, right below the gondola, big lockers, which is really cool. Yeah, and then of course you got your bathrooms right here. Oh no, is it One single use maybe? All right, toilets are closed due to a pipe problem. So we'll skip that. We'll go when we get up top. So I added on the $350 insurance, and you know, I'm prayed up, but God forbid. And the insurance is absolutely wonderful. So I definitely highly recommend, even with the Mont Blanc Unlimited, add the insurance. And it's like something crazy, like, you know, like they'll pay for everything if they have to hoof you off the mountain, et cetera, et cetera. So including the insurance, I paid for 4 hours. Again, if I would have got up a little bit earlier or pushed out the door, if I really wanted like more skiing, I paid 44.30 euros for 4 hours plus the insurance 350, and they loaded it just back on my Mont Blanc card. That saved 3 euros, so definitely don't throw away your pass if you think you're gonna get another day. It came down all the way down. I hope it's still open so I don't have to take the gondola home, but that is a lot more bear in a week. But this is why I love Les Houches, man. You just get the different, that's the view I woke up to, man, every single morning. My Airbnb was literally right over there, the crest of the hill, before the hill, overlooking the train, and that's what I woke up to for 4 mornings in a row. Adieu de midi. It's just a different part of the valley looking that way, and sorry for the scratches again on the gondola, but it's something special, man. It's something special. It's, yeah, the Airbnb I'm at right now, it's right there in front of you. It's closer up, but this is something special when you're just kind of like wrapped in it as it goes around. So there's where I parked right there. A couple people next to me, a van that's been there for a long time. Again, there's different tiers all the way up top right there. Plenty of parking. Just utilize the free parking. Nice. This chalet has a barrel sauna. Beautiful property. That looks like an Airbnb. Barbecue, barrel sauna. And then there's the tennis courts down there with a little lake. And again, if I would have known that lake was there and I wasn't like rushing off snowboarding, I definitely would have stopped and walked around that lake in the morning. That is for sure. So heading to the top, definitely bear down here. I'm hoping that I can ski down that run, because that is something really cool. I might even do that a couple times, go all the way down to the bottom, all the way back up. But this session right now, let's see here, by the time I did all that nonsense, it's 12:30. Last run up, or you know, like you could put around up top till 4:15, maybe 4:30. But we're gonna grind it. We didn't bring any food or water. I'm gonna drink water, tap water up top at the bathroom, at the restaurant. Maybe stop, go get like another view of the restaurant. Look at some locals, man. Sunbathed down there by their house. Let's see, yeah, they're just out there having their morning coffee, talking with their friends, out on their lawn chairs. Again, no backpack today, no drone. Today is just like a thankful mission. Today is just a day of thankfulness, being prayed up. The Lord bless me, protect me, keep me safe. And again, it's just a different view of the valley, which it was the first view that I saw, and the first view that when I was watching other YouTubers, when they showed Les Houches, just the valley coming in this direction, I was like, definitely Les Houches, it is. I actually have seen some people. Oh, it's such a beautiful view, man. Goodness gracious. Les Houches has my heart as well. Chamonix proper, love it. Love walking around, love being able to go get croissants in the morning, macaroons, kind of the busyness of the city center. The DJ last night, I don't drink, but cool walking by, and the DJ was hitting some beats. That was pretty cool. But Les Houches, you need to take your family, rent a big chalet for 4 or 5 nights, and then go into the heart of the city. Or just stay in Les Houches the whole time and then just do the 10-minute drive. Park, enjoy some dinners, and come back to solitude and peace and quiet, man. But I did see skiers coming down the gondola. But again, a week ago, I met some English people. They were going in the gondola on the way down. I was like, hey, I'm gonna ride all the way down. They're like, all right, enjoy. I was like, yeah, I sure am. And that I was the only one on the lift, man. I was the only one on the, I mean, the camera's not gonna do it justice, and you know, there's scratches, but it's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So worth every penny. 44, what'd I say, 44 something or other? Everything is a little bit more in dollars because our dollar is devalued right now. 44.30 euro, worth every penny of it for 4 hours of ripping. Again, figure out if you need the Mont Blanc Unlimited, because most of my days I only did 4 hours, except for several where I did like more like 6, maybe 6.5 at Brevant that one day. But you can maybe save some cheese, save some pennies here and there, because it was broken down $72.50 a day But I took full advantage of the ice caves and Ajudamidi ripping up there. I mean, that alone was $78, $79 round trip. Ice caves was $39. Forgot what else I did. Oh, the tunnel. Saved a lot of money on the tunnel, that's for sure. I got free souvenirs because Grok told me to use my pass on the tunnel. That's how much money I saved. I was able to get free souvenirs. Absolutely incredible. That's a view. That's what you don't get on the other mountains, is you don't get this left side, the center, and the right side that Les Houches offers. It's just plain and simple. So this is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Treat yourself, I might actually do that. Treat yourself to an espresso, a coffee out on the restaurant. I think I'm gonna do that for like 15 minutes if I'm just not in this like rip mentality, and just sit, enjoy that view with a flat white. Maybe something a little bit bigger in an espresso, because espressos go kind of quick. Alrighty, we are at the gondola. I need to find the bathroom. If not, I'll just walk over to the restaurant right here. Let's have a rip. Alrighty, closes 4:30, which is good. We can rip for a little longer. Alrighty, there are bathrooms up top and drinking water. Nothing says not potable, but I'll probably wait for the restaurant. And also, you don't get that side of the mountains as well with the valleys, so you're hit on all sides. I always have to push this part, but snow's pretty good right now. Not too slush up here. Let me see if I can get it. Ah, so close. I think for next season, I'm gonna get step-ins. Yeah, the runs are a lot better than they were the days that I first came here. So there is thinner coverage, I think, the further we get down, but again, you can go off piste a little bit. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Thank you, Lord, for this one more day of skiing. Absolutely stunning. The snow is actually really nice. A little frothy in some of these spots, but the runs so far are very nice. Maybe because it's been a little bit chillier. That's where I actually walked up from when I went the wrong direction. There's Mont Blanc over yonder there. Again, just takes a little bit of time going around the valley and then pushing into that area. As you can see how bare it is, good night. There's the gondola. Where am I pointing to? Like right over here to the right side. I'd skip that if, you know, you have the time, and just concentrate on this portion of the mountain over here. I thought was a lot nicer. The disco, I think, is over there anyway. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Again, this mountain would be so much fun with powder, winding your way off piste through these trees. Super like wide and friendly. Maybe another time for sure. Maybe another time for sure. But with like just driving around, walking around, morning walks, it's not freezing. I'm not slipping on the snow. I'm not worrying about chains and tires and all that stuff. My little Lexus is whipping around and having a good old time. I think this is the way to go. You get the combination of both. So, I mean, literally, golf courses are opening up. You can ski, you can road bike, you can mountain bike ride, you can hike. So, I mean, if that's something that you want to do, then come mid to later March. If you want fresh POW, then obviously come December and January for a little bit more fresh POW. But it's just a pleasure being up here, man. It is a pleasure. And if you haven't watched the other vlogs, literally, I have cried multiple times just at how beautiful this is. And then also, you know, I get emotional because the Lord's promises and what he's going to fulfill in my life. Now, his promises for you are much different than myself. I've been in the waiting, and these promises are being fulfilled now, and it's just absolutely wonderful to see. And you got to be careful with this, but let me kind of break this down. I'm learning to kind of take hold of what the Lord has given me with his authority and his will. This is not say it and claim it, but this is the Lord has promised you things, and you take hold of what's rightfully yours that the Lord has already given you. If he has told you, I have given it to you, now is the time, then grab hold of it. Don't wait for it just to all of a sudden show. Just pray with faith that it is yours and receive it. Step out in faith and grab a hold of it. So let's rip this day. Lord, bless me, protect me, keep me safe. Let's have a few hits on some jumps. Let's have some good turns. Let's have maybe a good little coffee, and we'll call it a beautiful, beautiful day. Let's see here. I think I did the weekend at Saint-Therese Mont Blanc. Let's see here. My first day, travel on Monday. Technically got here Tuesday, I think Wednesday was the first, Wednesday afternoon for just, very short amount of time. Kind of wasted that day. So what I would actually do with your Mont Blanc Unlimited, the day you arrive, especially from the States, you're going to be jet lagged. You're going to want to sleep in. You're not going to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning and be ready to rip, especially with an overnight flight. You're going to be pretty thrashed. I slept 13 hours. What I should have done, started my Mont Blanc Unlimited pass following day and had a day where, like, if you get up, then you go purchase the 4-hour pass. Save some money right there, and then start your days instead of just right out the gate. Because I definitely could have saved money that first day by only getting an hour and a half in or something like that, instead of like 4 hours, 5 hours that first day, just because your boy crashed. But I never experienced jet lag. Allow yourself burn one extra day on the way in. You can still have the afternoon and evening time, but you're just not gonna get up fresh as pickings and get on the slopes unless you crashed out like 6 to 7 hours on the plane, which I definitely did not. So again, I did not experience any jet lag because, like, okay, let's just round it up. 3 hours on the plane, super tired by the time I got into town, crashed 13 hours, woke up fresh as a daisy. I did ground as well, so do that as well. And then on my way back, I'm gonna have the hotel in Geneva, Crown Plaza. I gotta get up at the crack of dawn, like we're talking about. I'm getting up at probably 3 in the morning, maybe 3:30, but that's not a full night of sleep, definitely not. So your boy's gonna be a little tired on that end as well, but we'll grab, like, you know, maybe a few hours on the flight from Heathrow, but I do wanna film that and experience that. So if I'm not tired, I'll just run it and then just crash out, like, again, 12 hours on the following day back at home. My parents have my pup, and I told them you'll probably see me late afternoon wandering over and I'll get Bria then. Absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. Also, what I was gonna say was, yeah, the parking lot, you know, has some cars, but people are distributed. It not busy at all. Oh yeah, your boy is sessioning the park. Was that 4 in a row? Clean hits, man. Yeah, the best jumps are here in Les Houches. They're smaller, but they're clean. The lips are nice. Good takeoffs. I do wish they had boxes though, some flat boxes. Like, I'm not talking about rails, I'm not talking about those metal pipes like there was at Crans, Montana. And I don't like those pipes. What I do like are the flat boxes with the plexiglass on top, and Breckenridge has some killer ones, man. You just throw some front side ones, butter the muffin into a 270, 180 out. Super, super fun. But for just clean hits, a few little spines, pop around, butter some muffins, then Les Houches is going to be your ticket. Saint-Tropez Mont Blanc did have some smaller little boxes, did have a really nice box as well on the small little park side. Their park, honestly, nah, I'm not going to go over there for the jumps. I would go over there to hear some beats while I'm going up and down and sessioning some of those rails. Again, they're super small jumps over there, but for the most fun in the park, out of all the mountain, is going to be here. I think there were a few mountains that didn't even have parks. It was just like more skiing. So unfortunately, is pretty chunky monkey unless it's in the, it's iced over. Unless it's in the sunshine, then you can make some turns. I'm just having fun, just acting like I'm on a surfboard, just like taking super wide turns today because there's like nobody over here. But now I'm gonna session over to, not quite the restaurant quite yet. I'm not ready for some water and pee yet, but I'm gonna session over to that really long run that's a little bare but super fun, all the way down to if you're looking at the mountain over here to the right side, that's one of the ones that I finished up on. Kind of the days are running into each other. Like a week ago seems like a long time ago, just because I've done so much this week, and my birthday was this week. And let me see here. The only thing I can think of, like, I mean, if you're gonna do it, right? So on my birthday, I was like, man, I want some ice cream. You just don't know if you're gonna go back into town or not. So like, just grab ice cream and go walk around. The only thing potentially I would do today instead of a coffee, maybe a hot chocolate, and looking at the view, that, you know, that'd be kind of nice to enjoy a hot chocolate. So maybe pull the trigger on that one, maybe not, because again, the lounges have bomb Ghirardelli. I can't believe I didn't snag more stuff from the flagship lounge, man. I should have snagged some Ghirardelli hot chocolate. That is for sure. That stuff's expensive. I'm pretty sure I have access to the flagship lounge on my way back. There are a few stipulations in that. If not, I'll default to the Admiral's Club, which isn't as nice, but plus I could make my own video. I haven't made a video of that one, so we'll figure it out. 5-hour layover. If I'm feeling frisky, I'm going to Good Surf and the lounge. But in the meantime, just gonna chill, man. We are just gonna chill and we are gonna enjoy. This kind of reminds me of Mammoth a little bit. You know, big trees, beautiful trees, but not with that view. That ain't Mammoth with that view. You have the valley view. You have this big old peak over here, Saint-Tropez Mont Blanc. You have all the valleys behind you as well as with in front of you that you don't have at Brevant e Friggy, Friggy. So, anywho, having the time of my life. I can't wait to bring my wife back. My future bride, because I don't know who she is yet. And my little grummer, just like this. Husband, wife, and little grummer. Look at the grummer just ripping down right here. And the dad has the grummer's little snowboard on his back. So the grummer switches off from snowboarding to skiing. And you know the dad rips, you know, because the mom rips, the son rips. You know what I'm saying? That's God willing, man. God willing, in Jesus' name. My kids are going to be some little grummer, little shredders. So is my wife. Amen. I just need to meet her. So hopefully meet my French wife here on the mountain today. All right, so if you are going to a restaurant, obviously just point down and jet over there. We just got off this lift right here. This is the Domaine Les Houches Saint-Travas lift right here. I'm gonna beeline it. Last time I like walked up there and then went down there. I need to get to that lift in order to get to the back side of the mountain. So I think this time we're just gonna beeline it down here where these two skiers are, and we're gonna go that way. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go that way because that's the restaurant. I don't want to go that way, but I do want to do that green all the way down to take the gondola up. I want to do that. I want to session that. So maybe I'll go explore over here. I'll go to the restaurant. I'll go back over here, session that one a few times. Have a good old Bellevue Paron. If you're not, to be honest with you, so that's the first side that I got the cable car, the Bellevue cable car up. That was a unique experience, but not too much over there. It's kind of slow over there. Much better over this direction, in my personal opinion. Not to mention you get the view, but you don't get the valley view right here until you're over by the restaurant or over on that side over there. So you kind of have to go over there to get that. Says there's a border cross, but I haven't seen the border cross, to be honest with you. We've sessioned the jumps for see, did he have step-ins or he didn't even unstrap? Yeah, he just got off the lift and went. He might have step-ins. So my brother got step-ins, the new technology, not the stuff that I learned on, clunky step-ins. It's like super sick. So I'm gonna see what he says about them. It just saves you a little bit of time bending over, strapping in. You just kind of step in, and they're kind of expensive. Technology's newer-ish, you know, with better technology for step-ins. But anyway, less talking, more ripping. Okay, I think we're gonna get 4 hours. Closes 4:30. This lift has a conveyor belt. You go through the gate and then you go on this like conveyor belt, and so don't push off of it, just kind of push onto it, and then the conveyor belt goes. I wasn't paying attention to the chair that you know, anyway, I didn't tumble, which was good, but conveyor belts kind of weird, especially if it's slippery, so do be careful about the conveyor belts. I've never been to a resort that you go through the gates, you get on a conveyor belt that like pushes you, and it like doesn't go super slow, but it doesn't go super fast either. How about that Mont Blanc? See, they know it's up. They're getting the pictures right on the lift ski run right there. I mean, come on, you're literally skiing right underneath Mont Blanc from this angle here, taking some selfies. Abso-freaking-lutely. I would literally stop if I had my family. I would literally stop, set up a tripod, and I would have a family photo shoot for Christmas cards right here underneath that mountain right there. Absolutely. Again, that's what I did several days. I took my tripod, my drone in my backpack. You could do a drone Christmas card thing for your family. Literally, there's no one there. Just stop in the middle of the run, set up the tripod, and have at it. Who cares? You're in the you're in the French Alps. And the reason I say Swiss is your boy's been to the Italian Alps this trip, the Swiss Alps this trip, and majority of the time in the French Alps this trip. Day trip to Cormier, the Italian mountain closest to Chamonix, and then I trekked all the way up to Crans, Montana. Definitely follow the vlog, subscribe to the channel. I'm reviewing the Airbnbs, not on this channel, my other channel, TipsNNtricks, always linked in the description box below. Subscribe to that channel. I got a car channel as well, but we're reviewing airlines, we're reviewing Airbnbs, we're reviewing hotels, we're reviewing probably mountains as well, or just vlogging the mountains. I'm not really sure. Sky's the limit. We're reviewing airport lounges. I'm telling you if you can drink the water here at Les Houches, which you can. Chamonix, tap water, can you drink it? Yes, you can. A beautiful trip. Can you eat the macaroons? Absolutely, but you got to earn it. You can't just have junk food. You got to earn some good French toast and a organic baguette, which I bought for like only like €1.40. And obviously you wouldn't say dollar, you would say €140. So I don't know why I say dollar. It's just my American. So dollar, would you say like 1.4? No, you would say €140, but then €140 might mean like €140. So I would say $1.40, right? So euro 40. How about that? Euro 40. What would I say? 240? How much is it? 240. If it's a banana, 240, 40 cents. So what? Do euro, 30? No, 30's 30, 40. I don't know if I ever got to 40. But anyway, when I ordered my lift ticket, I said, cut euro, s'il vous plaît. And she was very impressed. She said, oui. She knew I was an American, and then she started speaking to me in English, but she commended me for cut euro. s'il vous plaît. 4-hour lift ticket. Well, 4 horas ticket, s'il vous plaît, for a 4-hour lift ticket. Un jour, s'il vous plaît, one day. Also, I'm making a video about payments, and this whole place is cashless. Unless you're maybe tipping, but I'm pretty sure you could put it on the bill. I did have 20 euros I did bring, but I actually gave it to an American couple and they Venmo'd me because they wanted to tip their ski guide from Ajuba du Midi all the way down to the ice caves. They did that run and they're like, hey man, you got any euros on you? I was like, yeah, I got 20 euros. They're like, can we Venmo you? You know, the French don't take Venmo or something like that. But regardless, like a croissant, $1.40 croissant, euro 40 croissant, credit card, American Airlines, something or other, by city cards, no foreign transaction fees, which definitely helps. I'm whacking that thing. Haven't used cash, not one time. It's just so much easier to travel than it was pre-internet, pre-AI, pre-cell phones, man. Traveling's easy now. All right, so let's get you some geography here. There's your snowboard park lift right there. There's your restaurant behind the trees. This is the one I just went down right here. This is the one I just came up over there to the left. Another chairlift here to get back up. And look at the cross-country skiing lookout point. There's picnic benches right there. Good night. That would be perfect to fly the drone. So bring your drone. Cross-country skiing that way over there. I did take that route last time. I forgot if I had a push or not, but if you go a lot of speed down here, you can get around. I don't know if I had a push or not. This time, I'm gonna probably rip this way, and then I'm gonna connect to that super long run that goes all the way down to this chairlift. Session that a few times because it's super long, super mellow. There's a couple bare spots. Yeah, let's just continue to rip this mountain, man. Also, on a side note, I wonder how this town is in fall with the fall colors. It would probably be banger, man. I'll tell you what, it probably would be a banger. So anyway, going back to like Vale, Breckenridge, there's an off time, especially like in Avon, where I've actually stayed several times. It's like the dead season of mountain biking season's over, and then it's like fall where it's kind of dead. Maybe late September, but I think it's the beginning of, no, not beginning of April, beginning of October. And it's just like the whole town is dead. And if you want to experience Vale like with like barely anybody there, then go like that first week of October. It's just this off shoulder season time and it's absolutely just dead. Sometimes I like it that way. So I'm wondering if this valley experiences like a really super kind of like a dead time right after the season closes, like in a week from now. And so man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you can pray for a big crypto sale. You know, tell my mom and dad, hey, listen, I'm gonna buy you something really nice as a gift, taking care of my puppy for another couple weeks. Go buy a chateau. Yeah, in Jesus' name, let's go. Yeah, we'll session that a few times. That is fun and fast today. I like it. There are some bare spots though. You literally have to go all the way to the edge, kind of hop over some dirt, but it is super fun and fast going around these turns really quickly, throwing some tail, throwing some spray, feeling frisky, feeling good. Throw yourself a little stew, put that Vitamix on a generator and give it a little bit of a rip. I'll tell you what, if you can look up, because you get that view down that valley right there. And I think this little section right here is where it gets kind of bare. So stay to the left. Obviously, I mean, by the time you probably watch this, the season's going to be done, but just in case for next season, this is pretty fun. You can come up here and kind of, you know, jump down that if you want to, and then you can get really fast and tight right through here. Yeah, this is super fun and fast, man. You just get right on these edges, just spray. And today is the kind of day, because like every single lift, I take off my gloves, put sunscreen on the top of your hands for sure, and then also definitely reapply sunscreen. So I'm gonna session this 2 more times. I wouldn't be opposed to hitting the park like 2 or 3 more times as well. Those jumps are super fun. But I think I'm gonna session this 2 more times. By that time, probably definitely need to go to the bathroom. And you know what? Typically I don't do this, but your boy is definitely gonna, I think, splurge on a hot chocolate instead of a coffee and get some of that whipping cream in there. I mean, it's a mellow day at the restaurant. I'll go over there. If it's like, if I can get a primo view, I'll pay the $7 for a hot chocolate, just to sip on a hot chocolate. I mean, it's one of those things where that's going to be put in the memory bank. Yeah, it's $7 for a hot chocolate, I'll be honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of like nickel and diming for certain little things like that, but it is the experience. When we do go up to Breckenridge, we do splurge. It's like, you know, probably $7 $7, I think, or maybe a little bit under that for a flat white, and you just sit and you just chill. But of course, those are the longer days. I think we're already, I'm not sure what time it is. I think it's probably like 2:15 or so ballpark. But again, you're getting runs in, like you're ripping. Like I was watching vlogs by people, you know, that went to Chamonix, and they would do like 2 runs and then go get a hot chocolate and then do like 2 more runs and then go get lunch. I'm like, what are you doing? Seems like you just want to eat. So again, I rip. If I would have brought a snack, that would have been nice to have a little snack with my hot chocolate. But your boy, I mean, the oatmeal filled me up, man. Filled me up real good. So your boy skimps on some things, splurges on others. That's just who I am. I'm learning to kind of like treat myself a little bit here and there with like certain things. Typically, I'm like, nah, you know, I can skip it. I'll have a coffee at home. But it's the experiences, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the $1.40 croissant that you walk into town for, you bring back. It's the $4 espresso here or there, but you know, make sure it's memories. You know, don't just like, you know, go off to some like, you know, rinky-dink thing and walk around with a $12 coffee. You want to like get that ambiance, you know what I'm saying? Teach your own. I mean, hey, you do what you want to do. I splurged a lot on my Airbnbs and I skimped on dinners. You might be the opposite. You might be like, who cares? It's just a pillow to lay on. Let's have the time of our life and let's blow a big budget on steak and going out and having appetizers and spending, you know, $150 every day on food. Hey, that's up to you. I don't do that. I run a tight diet as well. And I mentioned it before, man, but you get shredded here. All the snowboarding, all the walking. I mean, I'm pretty much eating the same calories, but I'm burning more, you know, I'm burning more calories. So you're just burning off like any little fat you had on your body, man. As long as you don't like binge, you're gonna probably get out of here after a couple weeks losing 10 pounds. Not like a cruise where you put on 10 pounds. Also, again, what's nice about Chamonix, there's more moisture in the air for sure. It's not as dry than Colorado. So you still get the zinc face, I call it. Everyone on the mountain that has fair skin looks like a zinc face. You see this kind of this glow of white around their face. I'm not the biggest fan. It kind of makes you really look kind of like washed out a little bit. But I mean, like if you're skiing and you're already married, who cares? But if you're trying to meet your bride, you kind of want to look nice, you know what I'm saying? So I'll reapply my sunscreen in the bathroom. I'll have, you know, I'll pound a bunch of water out of the sink. It is drinkable at Les Houches. Also the cross-country skiing area up here, you can bring your dogs. That's the second dog I've seen. And you can also just walk it. This guy's walking it right here as people are skiing by. Just be careful of your dog if you are going to be doing that. And these folks are sessioning it as well because this is super fun. It's super fast, super fun. You know what? I was going to go and hit the bathroom and hot chocolate right now, but we're going to rip one more. See, those two people are over there cross-country skiing with their dog, and then this older gentleman here is just hoofing it right here so you can walk it. That's where I drop in from, going around. And then first time I ever did this, see there, here's a pup right up here, dog with the 2 ladies that are walking up here. So you can come up here. How cool is that? If you're not going to ski, come up here and just hike around with that view with your dog. Take your dog on the gondola. Look at the dog having a great time, man. Oh, look at the dog putting its paws in the powder, man. So cute. So the first time I did this run, I went around the cross-country skiing. I mean, it's not, you still can snowboard it, but I lost some speed right here. I think I had to push my way out, but those ladies are down there walking with their dogs. So pretty. You could just do a couple loops up here. If I was a cross-country ski, I would rent the cross-country skis, probably come up here and just do a couple loops. I think you can go to Intersports and rent them for like $10, including the shoes. I'm not really sure if you have to. Obviously, it's cheaper, but you probably have to pay to come up the gondola unless you really want to like just trek it up the run. That after hot chocolate, I'm going to session that a few times all the way to the bottom. Hopefully, it's still open. To go all the way to the Paronons or Parsons. And a little heads up, this offload ramp right here is kind of steep. So with snowboards, you definitely have to make sure your foot is to the back of your binding. The nicest lift guy in the world, man. He's down there listening to tunes. He's listening to the whistle song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. I could get used, I'm gonna miss this place, man. I could get used to French living in the Chamonix Valley, man. Old French ladies, seasoned in age, with their shopping bags, walking back from the store. Men just with smiles on their faces, gray hair, means you're seasoned with life. But again, what is life if you don't serve the Lord Jesus Christ? Then you just live 80, 90, if you're lucky, blessed, 100 years. But if you don't know the Lord, then what's it all for? You know what I'm saying? Because there is a heaven, there is a hell. So I pray that you do choose to serve the Lord Jesus Christ, confessing your sins before him, repenting and turning, confessing that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and you shall be saved. Then you have eternal life. Then this is an appetizer for what's to come. Do you realize how good heaven is going to be? It's going to be incredible. Alrighty, and another quick little snibble that it'd be nice if these resorts would have is that Breckenridge, I think Beaver Creek, all in the like cafeteria areas, they have these like lock boxes where you unlock them like with T-Mobile or something like that, and you put in your GoPro and you put in your phone, you charge, and you lock the box, and then you like open it up with a code or something like that. I've done that before when my cell phone was getting drained with battery. Or you just in your backpack, your water bottle backpack, you have like your converter and a outlet. You could probably find something around, you know, like a restaurant wall, or you know, but you might have to eat outside, and then, you know, you're worried about your cell phone. But or just bring a power bank in your backpack. I'm getting a little low on the charge. I'll probably run this battery out because I've been using this more than I have my GoPro. Typically if my GoPro goes out, I always carry a spare battery, and typically that's fine for even a 6-hour session. But oh yeah, your boy nailed it. 12 hot chocolate, little chocolate sprinkles on the top, whipping cream. And then she said this is soft. Let's see. Yeah, it crumbles pretty good. Yeah, that's my treat for the day, for sure. Sorry, my hood's up because the sun. That is worth every penny. That is worth every penny. That's a memory. Put that in the memory bank. The nicest gals in there too. The cookie is literally a 10. Hot chocolate is a little less sweet than obviously the cookie, so I'd recommend getting both. Hot chocolate is tips, but the cookie is a little bit more sweeter, so if you go back and forth, you'll notice the hot chocolate isn't as sweet as the cookie, but still absolutely fantastic. What again is so special about this valley is it's just so, like, it's not wide. So you just got peaks here, not very wide, like Crans, Montana, where it was like super vast. Even the ones over by Mont Blanc, it's narrow, it's sheer, it's beautiful. Goodness gracious. You definitely need to come here and experience this. Absolutely stunning. By the way, absolutely delicious cookie. That was literally 10 out of 10. It was soft. It started warming up in the sun and melting the chocolate. It was absolutely fantastic. Hot chocolate was a solid 7.75, 8. Whipped cream, probably put it to 8.25. But again, if you have it with a cookie, it just doesn't taste as sweet. Still delicious, but the cookie was definitely a 10. So if you're just feeling like maybe something sweet, and then get a coffee, and then get the cookie. But I mean, come on. You're looking at this. You're looking at Mont Blanc. Sky's the limit. I look burnt, but I'm not. It's just the contrast. Now we got to go and get some runs in and burn that off. What a difference a week makes. There's a lot of boarding down, but then there's a lot of not boarding down. This chairlift is closed for the season. You can get down some sections, and then other sections, so I can pick back up right here. There's a lot of hoofing around. I might do it, you know, for the final one instead of taking the gondola down just for a hiker and a burner, but it's getting pretty sparse around here the lower you go. So we'll pick it back up the trail. There was an older skier who followed me. You know, you just kind of have to hoof around these parts. It's not that bad. It's just you got to unstrap, strap back in, go down the sparse patches. So I'm gonna ride the gondola up, close the mountain down, and then just hike down. Not hike down, but you know, ride and hike, exactly what I'm doing now. I'm gonna see if I can go more over, and then you skip like a few hiking sections. So let's pick it back up right here. There was a snowboarder behind me, probably hoofing it as well. There was a section of mud and grass, and oh no, I forgot. Okay, let me see. I think I might be able to get around the tunnel part. I forgot about this. So I just skimmed across this one. Yeah, stay. Oh man, this is gonna be thin. Because it's grass, you can kind of just like skim it. Oh, there might be like little pebbles, but it's mostly just mud and grass. And then once you come out of, that's definitely a chunk of ice. Okay, you do have rocks over here, so be careful here. All right, we're not too far. Might have to hoof it. Yeah, I don't know if I might just take the gondola down. All right, it is open, but you have to walk this portion right here. And 2 skiers literally just kind of hoofed it up to this chairlift right here. So you can get that one if you don't feel like going all the way down. I am gonna cheapest food on the slopes. Nice. And that is open, by the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down here. Might be a little sparse, but it's all open. I did have to walk this section right here. If you don't care about your board, then just slide down to this section. There goes the 2 skiers back up that chairlift. This one's closed. That one's open. So I'm gonna rip this one. Instead of 2 times on this one, I'm gonna go down, take the gondola up, rip around till close, and then I'll finish off with this one here. But you can't beat that valley view. I think we burned off the cookie and hot chocolate. That's for sure. Oh man, that was a hoof, man. I'm sweating bullets. Like, not so much hard like walking down. It's just warm. 1 week dries this place up. Good night with no snow. So anyway, there's my Lexus rental car right there. Really cool car. Highly recommended. Just watch out for upgraded, doesn't have snow tires. Tell them you're gonna purchase. Oh man, yeah, I gotta wash these pants. I got grass and mud all over my boots. It'll wipe off by the time I'm done with my session up here. But yeah, be careful of Euro car or Europe car. Tell them I don't want the upgrade. I want my reservation. Even if it doesn't have snow tires, I will go buy them myself and then go to Carrefour, get the snow socks for 50 euros because they're gonna try to rent you chains. He tried to stick me for $15 a day for rental chains. See, there's some shady things that he was doing. I looked up on Grok and people said that typically it's like 40 to 50 for your rental car duration. Maybe because I was running it for longer, I don't know. But the law in Chamonix is snow socks for your wheels if they don't have winter tires. The Lexus does not have winter tires, but it's so dry around here, nobody does anymore. But the law is the law. And 50 bucks for snow socks, or 103 euros for chains. And you don't have to put them on unless you need to, if it's dumping snow, but just have them in your car until March 31st, which is tomorrow. So that's the cheapest way to do it. Say, I don't want to rent them. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go to Carrefour outside of Chamonix town. I'm going to get tire socks for 50 euros and we're going to call it a day. It is now 3:40 p.m. This gondola closes at 4:15. Worst case scenario, I just do exactly what I did. Finish off the day. I think it was 4:15, maybe 4:15 up, 4:30 back. So we're gonna right now, I think we're gonna go rip over on the far left side. Might hit the park a few times, but I had some really fun sessions, some great jumps. Maybe finish that up because I've already ripped them pretty good. So we don't got too long. That wasted a little bit of time. I wish I would have probably saved that until the end and then realized it wasn't that good. But you're out here exercising, having a good time. By the way, the washer, yeah, these pants are a little dirty, but it's gonna brush off. I'll either wash them and then hang dry them. They should be dry by the morning, or I'll brush them off the best I can, pack them, and then wash them when I get home. What a cookie, what a view, what a hot chocolate. It's been fun. It has been fun. So they do have the snow up top for at least probably a couple weeks, but again, April 6th is the last day, and you can ride all day for 32.80 euro. Pretty good deal. So here's one way to get back as well. See the restaurant sign right here? So I'm taking the most, if you're looking at the mountain, most left, Mont Blanc is right behind me. Sorry, I don't have the map in front of me, but La Horte Piece restaurant. If you take this, I think it's like a red run down. You skip the first walking part down by the restaurant, and you could like not have to hoof about. There's the restaurant down there. There's the other lift right next to it, so you could run that one. So I'm gonna do it again. I might get my pants a little bit muddy, but I'm not gonna ride the gondola down. Not to close out the season here in France, that's for sure. We don't ride gondolas, we ride all the way down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to rip the backside, that really flowy run one more time. Hopefully the chairlift's open, but I'm gonna ask the operator up here. It should be, I just have to rip down pretty fast. We shall see. If not, I'll rip this one down one more time and then we'll close it out and then again go down this run right here. So this chairlift will take you there. Oh yeah, I told the dudes, a couple English dudes, I told them to take this one instead of following me. See, there's a little catwalk right here. That might be them right there. So there's the gondola way over there. So you just take this catwalk like all the way down through here, down to this chairlift that I'm on right now. paraglider up there in the distance. Skiers having a hoot of a time. I'm gonna see, I'd like to get one more rip in on the backside. In the perfect world, one more rip on the backside, one more rip down this way, take this chairlift back up, and then rip down that way to call it a day. So that'd be 2 more chairlifts, but I just, I don't know, man. So we shall see. There's no way the camera's gonna pick it up, but over that ridge, straight in front of you, 2 paragliders are way above the ridge. They literally have taken the air drifts and gone way up there. I don't know where they jumped off from. They could have jumped off somewhere over here and then just drifted up like a bird, or off of Aja du Midi or somewhere around there. Goodness gracious. That's wild. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Les Houches, we have shut it down for the day, and we're not taking the gondola. We're not a pansy. We're gonna get our pants a little dirty again. Who cares? They actually got clean by coming back in the snow. So a little wet rag tonight. Ain't nobody doing no harm. And we are gonna go the direction I showed you, down by the restaurant, taking the better route. I just gotta remember how to get there. Okay, you gotta ditch off right there down that channel. So come down straight, first big ditch off right there, and straight on down the old Rooney. I would hit this one more time. I think it's open till 4:30 and there's like 8 minutes till then, but my pass might not register because it's a 4-hour pass and I think I got it at 12:20. So I think I'm on borrowed time right now. There goes Ski Patrol down there. So after the chairlifts are closed, they kind of snowmobile around, take some lifts up and down with their walkie-talkies for what they call last check. Gondola is running, but we're not running no gondola. We're gonna hoof it, we're gonna snowboard down, we're gonna have ourselves a little stoop. And the plan is for tonight, I'm gonna get home, have a late lunch, I'm gonna work out, pack a little bit, and then I'm gonna walk into town, maybe see if I can get that 16-ounce glass, water glass for a souvenir, and then pick up the pizza, walk back with it, and then put it in the keep warm when I get back, and then watch an episode of House of David and call yourselves a little stoop. Skip ice cream. I decided, you know, be careful with the immune system. Filling tips, thank you Lord, but definitely don't want to jack up the immune system with a lot of sugar. So all right, last one. They just closed it down. Chairlift's going, but they just closed the sign. Restaurant's over here to my left. I'm gonna bomb it down, go as far as I can, unstrap, walk, strap, walk. We doing the thing, baby. Also, it did get more slushy pretty much everywhere in the last like hour 15. Found this beautiful creek as I'm snowboarding down plus hiking down, and absolutely stunning. Just right off the lift or run. Absolutely stunning. The Ski Patrol guys, they just bombed it, man. They're like, forget it. Who cares about our skis getting scratched? They literally cruising on grass, sliding straight over. If I had my old board, not my new one, I would be like, yeah, let's rip it, man. But there are pebbles that can do some big dingers. But these guys literally, they just like stayed on that little itty bitty edge. And I mean, I would have done the same thing, but then you got this big grass part right here. So you could, but then you got to go on grass for quite a while till you get to that next section down there. Once you get that next section, then it's good all the way. You know, it's just literally right around the corner. So I'm just retracing my steps from earlier. Another one right there. Just rolls. Just leans back, connects right over the mud, connecting there, and then the mud right there. I mean, if there's not rocks, I mean, which there are, I'm looking at rocks right now, but you know, these guys don't care. They're grabbing free rental equipment or whatever. There's the bus down there, but obviously we have a car. So we're gonna strap in. We do not finish by walking. So I'm literally gonna just go down a couple football fields around this corner. Call it a day, call it a stew. Thank you, France. Oh, and how cool is that? I'm literally looking at the Airbnb. I'm looking at 7 Summits. So my phone is dead. Let me see if I can get you the exact house, because you're looking at this one here and then go across right over here. And then there's 1, 2, and then kind of that clay modern house that's behind it. But I'm literally looking at 7 Summits because there's the trees that you can see over there. They're kind of wood chipping, and then the train down there. So there it is. There's literally 7 Summits. And you can see from the kitchen window, you can see this right here. Here it comes. Just cruising, man. Living the dream, man. They're like, I don't want to go down the gondola. I'm just gonna roll my skis across mud and grass. It's pointing down. Thank you, Seven Summits, for an incredible stay. There is a family, I think, staying there, or whoever's staying there. More chalets up here, condos here. Again, Mana Homes has properties, several of them, all over Les Houches, which is pretty small. And again, the main highway runs underneath on the opposite side. You go underneath the tunnel right there, and then punches you out. Can't really see, but in the kind of ravine on the other side. Nice little kind of walking path over here. The lake is right between these houses here, so enjoy it. Literally, if you're staying at Seven Summits, just walk over to the chairlift here, walk around the lake in the morning, grab your coffee. I didn't check out any of these places, like the food truck down there, and just really family friendly. The paid parking lot's right there, free parking lot again around the corner. But what a stay, what a stay. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for the provisions of staying here. Wait, that's the highway, but I think it comes around. Yeah, I think it comes around. So when I was coming back from Saint-Travers Mont Blanc, you kind of roll through here and you turn off up the road. Chamonix, you go around the corner there. Thank you, Lord Jesus. What a blessing. Right here in the city center where the Les Houches kind of like stuff is, in the church, there's actually a bike shop right behind me as well. A couple cool little small condos. Again, check out Mana Homes website. You can see, you can see all their properties. That way you're not just checking out like Airbnb properties, right? Yeah, this guy's ripping a mountain bike. Okay, a little brew pub thingamabobber over there. A lot of van lifers. People getting their bikes out, ready to rip the bikes, man. The whole season is turning into spring, summer season pretty quickly. But it looked like a really nice bike shop. You could probably rent bikes. Obviously, if I was coming over here to mountain bike, I definitely wouldn't try to package my bike in some really expensive bike thingamabobber. I mean, those things cost like $500 for a good hard shell. You might as well just blow the budget on a really top end, full suspension. And it's Sunday around here, man. It's a beautiful vibe, man. It is a beautiful vibe. Got the dogs. This guy's on like an e-bike fat tire right here. There's the grocery store, but it is closed. Remember, the grocery store is on Sundays. They close at 12:30, I think. And the bio market, the organic market, wasn't even open. There might be some markets open in Chamonix, but I'm pretty sure they all close early. But it's Sunday, man. It's family day. It's church day. I don't know what I think he's giving me the right of way. I think people out here jogging, shorts and t-shirts. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Regardless of where you go, all right, I definitely don't want to go tunnel. I almost did it again. I almost went down to the Italian tunnel. Definitely don't want to do that. Les Houches, I would say, if you want, there's a VW electric bus right there. Les Houches, once again, if you want, just go get your big chalet. It's going to be cheaper than in Chamonix. A little bit more mellower. But there is something about the liveliness of Chamonix downtown. Walking around, checking out the shops. A little bit more to do, I would say, and more closer to the other ski resorts. I'd stay in both, just like what I did. But it's a day to ride your road bike, man. And good for him. That gentleman must have literally been 78 to 83 years old, man. Bless his heart. He's still ripping. Good for him. Staying young, my friend. Staying young. I got some emotions going through me right now, man. It's like a part of me is like Sunday. It's family day. It's like, man, I definitely am praying and desiring a bride. Second off, I'm going to miss this place. Third off, I kind of want to go home, but I kind of don't. Just to be honest with you. You almost want the adventure to continue, but then you kind of, miss your dog. You kind of miss the comforts of home a little bit, so it's kind of mixed. It's gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had mixed feelings like this. It's been a long time since I haven't wanted to come home. I've always wanted to come home, but this trip I'm kind of do, I kind of don't. I'm really looking forward to the flight home. The flight's gonna be first class on American Airlines, their flagship first class. I'm really looking forward to that because it's a long flight and I got more reviews to do. I'm gonna review that. I'm gonna review Gallery's First Lounge, or the Concord Room, like I've talked about already this morning. I think it was this morning. But just the outdoor culture, man. I mean, obviously a lot of these people are probably tourists as well, and they're just hoofing around. I thought I saw that girl this morning in shorts and a t-shirt. A lot of Defenders. I would buy, if I lived here and had a place here, I would buy a Defender, old Defender wagon. Man, fall in love with a French woman, spend some time here, learn French, start a church. Oh, goodness gracious. Where was that one? Maybe I passed it on the way, but I'm just kind of retracing my steps, man. Anyway, you want to leave... Oh, a horse. There's a horse over here. Hold on. Little guy on a horse just trek along the trail. as they're trekking the trail. Very cool, mom and her daughter right there. Little parking lot over there, and you could probably go down and see the train. Jogging path. There are big SUVs, so I mean, obviously they fit, but just this small SUV is pretty darn cool, man. All right, now we're heading pretty close to where I am. Where'd that one brewery go? I don't know, I must have passed it, must have missed it. That one I filmed, it must have been maybe, yeah, maybe back there a little bit. But here's the bus stop, here's the lake I walked down to, and we are almost back home for one more night, baby, one more night. Your boy's gonna have to wash his stuff off though, for sure. Those things are dirty. So I got my little lawn over here, so we're gonna go ahead and get some buckets of water, wash off the board, my boots. We'll throw them in the dry rack. Call it a day. Get yourself a little stew. Goodness gracious. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I'm working out. I'm gonna miss that view as the sun golden hour is hitting the peaks. Ajidumidi. Absolutely stunning. Once again, the neighborhood is on cheat mode. I'm gonna miss this place. I know I've said that plenty of times, but I really am. All right, pizza place closes at 9. It is currently 8:09 right now. It stays a little bit later because remember, daylight savings time just happened in Europe. All right, nobody's here, so I can film the original chalet. 2 parking spots, one with an electric charger. Steps down. This is the major, major place. Good night. Let's see if we can get you, because nobody's there. They've checked out. Actually, no, there is. They're probably out at dinner. There was some stuff laying on the entryway, but this is their whole entire place here. This place is cute as a button, but drops all the way down there. 8 bedrooms, 8 bath. That's crazy big. But like we've already talked about, chauffeur shuttles, lift tickets, private chef, blah, blah, blah. They would be definitely cool to experience. And, you know, you just get your crew to chop it on down, or some baller out of the bunch to take that bill. Okay, so we are ripping on down here. We are going to go into the heart of the hyper center instead of walking around. I do want to see if that one shop is open. Don't think so, especially for a Sunday night. Probably still closed down a little early, even though that with the light change, staying light a little bit longer. The other one, what is it called? La Maison? See if they have a 16-ounce pint glass. But remember, we need to get there before closing to get the pizza. So on the other hand, the other Manor Homes, for some reason, I was looking at it. It's more money than my place, and I'm not sure exactly why. I mean, it's a nice building. If you get the 4th story, goodness gracious, see over everybody. But I really like my unit, to be honest with you. I've liked all of the units, but out of the 3, I like, of course, you know, Les Houches, because it was so baller. Second up is the one I'm staying in right now, the 2-bedroom. And then third, the little 1-bedroom was definitely sufficient. It was nice, great view off the balcony, budget friendly, but the only thing, like checking in, checking out, a little bit of a hassle. So much easier if you have somebody, you know, that can hold doors for you and stuff like that. It was just kind of, you know, a little bit tedious, you know, putting the keys in the lockbox, going downstairs, and then the key fob and all that. So just follow somebody out, lock everything up, and then follow somebody out of the gate, and you shall be good. Okay, we got plenty of time, 45 minutes until they close. Let's go get a pizza. It's gonna be cold by the time we get home, but we'll put it in the keep warm. Also, there might be some more live music. I don't know, I'm not sure exactly, but it's always nice to kind of hear some beats as you're walking through town. Now, this camera does have this feature where it focuses on your face, and even if you move, it keeps it in sight. I don't have that on right now, but yeah, there's something happening down there. I'm not sure if that's someone else's beats. Anyway, what I was gonna say as I'm walking down here is, man, I'm getting pumped up with this trip. And the reason I'm getting pumped up with this trip is that I already had it organized, and I was just gonna film the whole thing anyway. And praise the Lord, I was able to book my airline with my points and barely pay anything. So it's not like I actually paid this horrific fee for business and first class on the way back, lounge access and all this, like it was just my points, praise the Lord. So if you don't know that story, check out my other channel, Tips and Tricks, going from the States to Europe. This is the only time I've ever seen points that actually do something. I was checking so many times. Like I even checked when I went to Dallas to the Good Surf Wave. I checked to see, and it was something stupid like 90,000 points round trip to Dallas, Texas from Colorado Springs when the ticket was only a couple $100. So this is giving me an opportunity to review these incredible airlines because I'm already doing it already. And then it's pumping me up and motivating me to continue on and ask companies and reach out and do some really awesome things. I just realized that let me get a shot of this. I just realized that I was watching people do this the other night. So these tables, A lot of these restaurants, they have blankets, and you wrap yourself with a blanket as you are having dinner, which is really cool. Being able to just chill and wrap yourself and get some warmth going on. That's absolutely incredible. I wrote that one down. I don't know what for. I forgot what that one was for, but chocolate. Oh, yeah. This place is supposed to be like really bomb for chocolates, croissants and stuff like that. Suka? Yeah, I wrote that down. There were other vloggers that made videos about that one. It's supposed to be really good. Unfortunately, La Maison is closed. Ice cream shop still open. I think Suka, the chocolate place, was closed. Shoot, if I would have known that, I would have gone over and checked out that place, but unfortunately it was closed. So anyway, kind of popping back here and then dead in the middle and then starting to get a little bit more popping right now, but those colors are absolutely crazy with the buildings in the background. And then the lights of the stores. This was the macaroon shop right here. Ricard. Closed, unfortunately. Little cinema over here. Definitely quieter for a Sunday night. DJ isn't over there at Irish Coffee. This place is always a little bit happening up here, but the place is a little bit more dead. Oh, there's another. That's two different spots right next to each other. And again, let's go ahead. Look at this guy. This is some sort of So I gotta walk through this street. I'll either go around or I'll do one more walkthrough. It's kind of nice, people watching a little bit. Super U is closed. All these shops are closed. Pizza place is open till 9. Let's get going. Alrighty, it is popping tonight. Got the menu right here. Let's head on and grab a slice. I should have got a empanada as well, but that's okay because we're gonna fly in all those galleries, lounges, and all that stuff. Anyway, so just point to the picture. It was like chicken and cheese, but they do have empanadas, one for $3.50, 3 for $10. She told me the name of it, but I forgot the name of it. Yeah, you just show the picture. Empanadas right here. Look at the mountains in the background with that final light hitting it, and then the town lights and the small lights, and then the biker walking by, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss this place. Again, it's like just this little amount of light is hitting those mountains up there. It's absolutely bonkers. Like absolutely bonkers with the lights of the city. Shop lights, I've already told you, but shop lights are absolutely incredible lighting for cameras. Got the pizza. We're gonna fire up that Keep Warm. What's Keep Warm? Keep Warm is, I think like 175. And what that does is that keeps it nice and hot. So you don't have to use that microwave business. And it doesn't overcook, it doesn't like more cook it. It just keeps it nice and toasty. Look at the lighting behind me. Absolutely incredible. But just for sound ordinance, I wouldn't want to stay like in one of these places right here. You know, like even with all the windows closed, probably definitely could see everything. Not see everything, but like you could hear everything, you know what I'm saying? So I think Mana Homes actually has a few properties like right here. And I checked out the reviews, and unfortunately, okay, this right here, see up there like in that restaurant, right here you'll see vlogs like right here where the clock is. And this is where they do like the countdown for New Year's Eve, right in this intersection right here by Intersports. Josephine's again is down over there, so that's where they'll do the countdown for New Year's Eve if you're here for that, which gets a little bit bonkers, so do be careful. A little wild, but one more stroll through, and then let me show you this over here. I'm hearing music, I'm hearing beats. That lighting over here is really nice. I don't know where those beats are coming from. Maybe the casino? I'm too hungry to worry about that right now. Next time I'm definitely gonna try this place. This place is smelling absolutely delectable. And that's the Indian restaurant. Oh, it smells good. It smells deluxe. People still eating outside? People hanging out? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hot pizza. Looking good, feeling good. Let's go tuck into a nice little episode of House of David. But I kind of want to watch this one video by the same guy and gal that his wife did the first class pizza at La Pierre. La Premiere for Air France. Super high class. Finally my video uploaded. So I'm gonna go. It's almost Easter. Jesus is risen. I do need to do my thumbnail shot and get an American Airlines logo for that. That's gonna be absolutely fantastic. So we got that going for us. See, the only problem about the original chalet, it's like right here, like the front door is like right there. And like it's just not, at least the front area. But it's a big property, man. Loving got some lights down there. They might just be, you know, it's so big, they might just be down in the living room hanging out. I do need to try some of this water. Maybe, let me go slurp a little bit of this water that's coming out of this pipe. See how good it is. But see, there's a Tesla here. So whoever owns that condo up there owns this Tesla right in front of the water thing. And then they drape a cord down off the balcony and they have a camera right there for the Tesla. Sorry, super dark right now. But that's really good water. Very nice. No street lights on right now. But some of these places are so stinking cute. Just these like little lights on. And then super dark right here. Until you get down to this little building here right after. So those lights right there is what I saw the first night. I see heat coming off this building, but there's nobody here, and it's a massive building. So, and there's no lights on, but I see heat coming off of the roof in the morning. And so this is what I saw at midnight the first night. The glow of the street light as I'm on my third story. Here, let me show you my third story up here. All right, home again, home again. Whoops, let me lower you down. That feels good to be home, man. See the lights on? There's only one other unit being rented right now besides myself, and it's the downstairs one right over here. Everyone else is gone, man. This whole building is gone. Nobody below me, nobody on the first story. The last 2 nights. So it's been quiet as a church mouse, man. It's been very, very beautiful. I'm gonna wrap up this beautiful video as well for this place. I got a lot of pros and very few little cons. So I'm gonna wrap up that video. It's always linked in the description box below. My other channel, TipsNNtricks. Let's go ahead and put the, so if you are wondering, there is a pizza function right here. I put it on this function right here, and then coming over here, I have it already set to about 75 degrees Celsius is about 170, 175. Typically what I put on my keep warm at home. We're gonna fire up some tea. Let's see, I started my watch late. That was about 2 miles. It's about 2 miles round trip, about a mile each direction into town. I was hoofing it pretty fast. 101 heart rate, 102 heart rate coming down. Perfect time. You gotta earn it a little bit after. So I did my workout, by the way. I did 4 exercises, 4 sets each exercise. So 4, 1, 4, 2 exercises, 4, 3 exercises, and 4 exercises. Same thing if you've watched my vlogs. Short grip, triceps, tricep dips, push-ups, squats, shoulders, decline on the couch, all that fun stuff. So let's tuck into this. We got this keep warm going. Let me go ahead and fire this up. We're gonna shower afterwards because I want to enjoy this pie. We'll shower up and then we'll pack up a little bit. I do have my snowboarding clothes. I washed them. They are drying. I'll leave them outside to dry overnight and then we'll pack that up. I don't have to be out of here till 12, probably even 12:30 pushing it because there's nobody for the next 2 days after me. So they actually got back to me and they're like, yeah, just check out, anytime. So check-in is 2 o'clock or after at Crown Plaza. And I'm really praying that I hear back from them because I'd like to get that upgrade. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go to Lake Annecy first or not. I don't have to return the rental car till 6:30. I do need to fill it up with gas. I do need to figure out how to get back over to the French side, enter into the French side. So I need to figure that out tonight, tomorrow. But until then, let's hang out, let's relax. Oh, slap happy. That is a good slice of pie. Nice and kept warm and nice and hot, looking good. We are finishing up the veggies as well, so we're not gonna go too super dirty tonight. We're gonna go veg, pizza, veg, tea, and we're gonna have a little bit of chocolate, not obviously the whole thing, but a little bit of chocolate. Gonna keep that immune system in check and looking fantastic.